Hey guys, it's me, Chef Mick, cooking for the boys. Today is Friday. This is a happy hour Friday. I'm going to show you something very nice, very good for these cold weekends that are coming up. We're going to make some hot chocolate, guys. Let's check out the work area, okay? Here we go. Let me put you guys down over here. First thing you need to know is we're using this kind of chocolate. I know it's Hershey's, but that's not the important part. Unsweetened cocoa. Unsweetened cocoa. We are not using something like this, which is for your cold chocolate milk. No, we're using unsweetened cocoa. Alright, so what do we need to do, guys? Well, first thing we need to do is throw some sugar in here. This is our pan. We're going to mix the dry stuff first. This is enough for basically 6, but if you're using a bigger cup like I will, it'll be for maybe 3. We need a half a cup of sugar. An awful lot of sugar, but it's unsweetened cocoa, remember. Alright, we're going to throw it in there. Now, we need a 1/4 cup of the unsweetened cocoa powder. Okay, so these things are my cups. These are my measuring. Oh, what a mess. I thought I had done it better. Wow. Sorry, guys. Let me correct my mess here. Okay, 1/4 cup. 1/4 cup. There we go. Goes in there. What a disaster. Did you see that? I got cocoa on the screen there. That's hilarious. And then what? Oh, a dash of salt. Why salt? Because salt brings out a lot of flavor. But not a lot, guys. Very, very little salt. Just grab it like this and toss it in. That's a dash. Okay, we're going to put it up here. We got to stir it together now. Let's stir it together. I would prefer you're stirring with a wooden spoon. I don't have a wooden spoon, I have a wooden fork, but I'm going to use that instead. Okay? Break it up a little bit. The cocoa might be in little clumps. Break it up. Put it over a medium heat. My medium heat is already going, so let's click this way now. Okay? Let me, and let's add a 1/3 cup of hot water. The hot water out of the sink. And now all we're going to do now is just heat this together. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, wow, that was not a lot of water. And it wasn't. Okay? And it wasn't, because the water isn't the main ingredient here. The water is just to get all these things emulsified together and get the chocolate basically into a syrup state. It's basically what the water is for. We're basically making a chocolate syrup right now. So, but to do this, we've got to get it really hot and we've got to get it to boil. Okay? Now let me show you what it looks like. Okay? This is why I say we're basically making a chocolate syrup. Because you can see this. This is basically chocolate syrup. Okay? So let's get this nice and mixed. And it's got to boil. Alright, so let's put this back down here. You can watch me from right there. Now that you know what it looks like. Little molten chocolate, basically. Then we're going to add, as it's getting to boil, and it hasn't boiled yet, we're going to add, as it boils, and it's almost there, we're going to add some milk. So let me get my milk out, because I forgot to get it out of my prep. Yes, you can use other stuff like silk. If you don't want to use dairy, you can use silk. Remember, the silk is already a little bit sweeter, so just cut back on some of your sweetening. It wants 4 cups, okay? This is a 2-cup Pyrex thing I'm using here, so I'm going to do it twice. Alright. Now, nice and hot. And believe it or not, guys, it's already started to boil. You can already see the bubbles coming up. This is where we want it. This is the stage we want it at. Maybe a little hotter. Maybe a little hotter. We don't want to turn up the heat, though. We don't want to burn this to the ground. We just want to keep it hot. Da-de-da. And then we're going to add milk. And what are we going to do with the milk? We're going to heat it through. We are not going to boil this milk. The milk is only heated. It is not boiled. I don't want to see a bunch of, rolling boil. I don't want to see a bunch of bubbles popping up and stuff. There you go. The milk, that's 4 cups of milk. Remember, this is for 6 cups of hot chocolate, which are usually small. Smaller than even coffee, probably. There we go. We put the milk away. Sort of. So we're going to continue to stir this. Okay. We want to heat it, but we don't want to boil it. So how, well, when you see the bubbles start looking like it's getting hot but about to boil, that's when you want to stop it. If you're going to let it go through a boil, it's going to rolling boil, you're really going to make it a little more bitter again. And that's what we're trying to avoid here. Now, while I'm waiting for that to happen, look at this. It also calls for, you see that spot right there? That's cocoa. It also calls for vanilla extract. Now the vanilla extract is add a little bit of flavoring at the end. It's not put in until after it's cooked. But if you have coffee stuff like I did when I was making, if you go back and look at my films, you'll see a Italian soda. I bought the vanilla flavoring syrup. You can use a dash of the syrup. That way if you have hazelnut, if you have a peppermint syrup, if you have a different flavor you want to use for the hot chocolate, that would be great, okay? We're still waiting for it to boil a little bit. Not to boil. Not to boil. We're waiting for it to heat all the way through. Not to boil. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, here's what I'm looking for. Not a problem. Okay. Alright. We're waiting. We're heating it through, but we're not boiling it, right guys? Okay. Then after it's heated through, we transfer it to, well, we don't transfer, we take it off of the heat. Take it off the heat. And this is where we add the syrup or the vanilla extract. Okay? It doesn't want a lot of extract. 3/4 of a teaspoon or whatever. I'm going to drop a couple of capfuls in there. There you go. And guys, basically that's it. Alright. We have beautiful, creamy hot chocolate. We're going to pour it into our cup. And we're going to enjoy it. What else? Oh, don't forget, guys. Here it is. Nice cup of hot chocolate. Do not forget the marshmallows. Alright, my name is Chef Mick. This is Cooking for the Boys. This is the happy hour edition for this week. If you know how to cook, you can marry for looks. Love you guys. See y'all later. Bye.